Despite the progress, Daniel's nightmares about the fatal blaze persist. He wakes in cold sweats, the memory of smoke and flames clawing at his mind. Scout senses his distress, pressing close and offering a small anchor in the midst of Daniel's turmoil. Realizing he can't outrun his trauma, Daniel contemplates seeking professional help, tentatively looking up local therapists or support groups. Each morning, Daniel brews coffee while Scout dances at his feet. Waiting for breakfast, the bleak apartment morphs into a modest home. Daniel gradually answers texts from old friends saying he's doing okay. When he ventures out for errands, neighbors comment on how he doesn't seem as withdrawn. Tiny victories pile up, like hearing Scout's playful growl at a squeaky toy or greeting the mail carrier without a cloud of dread overhead. Step by step, Daniel re-enters the world he once shunned. One afternoon, Daniel's old friend Mark knocks on the door. They haven't spoken since the funeral for those lost in that fateful fire. Mark is stunned by Daniel's dog, the cleaner living room, and the faint light in Daniel's once dull eyes. Over coffee, they discuss the tragedy briefly, Mark emphasizing that no one blamed Daniel as harshly as Daniel blamed himself. Scout nudges Mark's leg, forging a silent new friendship. When Mark leaves, Daniel feels the strange warmth of reconnecting, a sense that maybe he can let people back in. Determined to give Scout a broader world, Daniel visits a nearby dog park. At first, the crowds and noise bring a stab of anxiety, but Scout's tail wagging urges him forward. Daniel chats with another dog owner, who remarks how affectionate Scout is. It's a casual exchange, yet it symbolizes a leap for Daniel. Engaging with strangers, trusting in the goodness of a shared moment, he begins to see that life can hold brightness alongside the sorrow. Scout's presence eases Daniel's nightmares, if not banishing them entirely. When he jolts awake, he finds Scout pawing at him, as if to say, "You're safe now." In these small but profound daily mercies, Daniel grasps that love, be it from an animal or a person, has the power to mend fractured hearts. Quietly, he wonders if rescuing Scout was also a way to rescue the best part of himself. Late at night, Daniel stands at his window, Scout at his side. He thinks about how both of them were lost, Scout in a cold alley, himself in an endless cycle of guilt. Yet together, they form a parallel journey from despair to hope. Maybe there are many other animals and people out there, needing a small spark of empathy to keep going. This realization stirs Daniel's once dormant desire to help, reminding him of why he became a firefighter in the first place. Volunteering at a local shelter to walk and feed abandoned dogs, Daniel bumps into Linda, the wife of a former colleague. She's startled to see him looking healthier, more engaged. They exchange cautious words about the tragedy that ended his career. She assures him no one ever blamed him. Perhaps some burdens we carry are self-imposed. Linda leaves with a newly adopted dog, and Daniel stands among barking kennels, resolute in the choice he's made to help. Saving dogs might be saving him too. Back at home, Daniel contemplates the question that echoes, why did he do that? He recalls the night he found Scout, remembering the pup's whimpers, the cold wind. Perhaps he acted because he couldn't stand losing another life, having already lost so many. By helping Scout, Daniel reignited a piece of his identity, someone who saves lives. In the soft lamplight, he pets Scout, feeling gratitude that the dog helped him remember what it means to be alive. Resolved to find closure, Daniel visits the old fire station. The memorial plaque honoring those lost in the fire looms large. Anxiety compresses his chest. In his mind's eye, flames roar and guilt rushes back. But Scout is there, pressing against Daniel's leg, reminding him of the present. A current firefighter recognizes Daniel, placing a hand on his shoulder. "We know you did everything you could." Though tears brim in Daniel's eyes, he feels a hint of freedom from the prison of blame he's built around himself. Daniel returns to his apartment, the door opening to a sense of calm. No longer does he see it as a lonely fortress. Scout trots up, wagging his tail, as if greeting a hero returning from battle. Setting aside the old baseball bat he once kept for protection, Daniel exhales. He glances at the whiskey bottles on a dusty shelf, then at the dog that depends on him. Slowly, he pours the remaining liquor down the sink. He doesn't need it anymore. He has purpose. He has Scout.